I'm Mariefiebach of feedyourfamilytonight.com, and today we're making meatball subs. This is a delicious dinner that is super easy to make, and I'm going to give you a few hints how to make it even easier. It starts with just a jar of marinara sauce. I usually just get a jar at the grocery store, whatever kind of marinara sauce you really like. This one is a tomato and basil marinara sauce, which my kids really like. And I'm just putting that into a saucepan to start heating it up. As this heats up, you want to kind of be careful because it can kind of sputter a little bit. So you may want to either put a lid on it or a splatter screen. Just know that sometimes it can kind of sputter a little bit. To that, I'm going to add 20 meatballs. This is from 1 pound of ground beef. If you want my recipe, it's at feedyourfamilytonight.com. But you can use any kind of meatball that you like. If you like to buy the frozen meatballs, this means that it takes actually hardly any time to make this dinner. Or you can make the homemade meatballs. You can use them beef or turkey, basically any kind of meatball that you like. But these are my homemade Italian meatballs, and I've got 20 of them, which is made from 1 pound of ground beef. I'm gonna get those heating in my saucepan, and while the meatballs are cooking in the sauce, I'm going to show you how to prep the buns. Today I have a hoagie bun. You can do this with hoagie buns. I have also done it with just a loaf of French bread that I've cut into 6-inch sections. So whatever you like. If you use French bread, you want to slice it down the middle, because the next step is you're going to open up the bun and you're kind of going to flatten it out on your baking sheet. And then you're going to spray it with my next shortcut, which is olive oil cooking spray. Rather than trying to get out a brush and brush olive oil, I just take olive oil cooking spray and I spray it liberally over the top of this hoagie bun. This recipe makes 4 meatball subs. Then you're going to take a little bit of garlic salt. For 4, you're going to use about a ½ teaspoon, and you're going to sprinkle this over the top of the hoagie bun and the olive oil. And you're going to put this in your broiler for about 1 to 2 minutes until they get nice and brown and toasty like this. The next step is to top this with some of the heated meatballs and sauce. You want the meatballs and sauce to be hot because they're not going to be in the oven very long, and you don't want to have a cold meatball. So once the meatballs and sauce have heated through, you're going to top this hoagie bun with about 5 meatballs. I found that 5 works really well to make a nice hearty portion. You can use more or less depending upon how your family likes to eat. And then I usually take just a little bit of the extra sauce and kind of drizzle it over. The next step is to put some shredded mozzarella cheese. I use about a cup for 4 hoagies, and so this is about a 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese. And this is going to go back underneath the broiler for another 1 to 2 minutes. In the end, you end up with this brown and bubbly cheese with the warm, meaty meatballs and the sweet marinara sauce. It is a perfect weeknight dinner that comes together in minutes. The full recipe is at feedyourfamilytonight.com. And if you ever have questions, always join me in the Feed Your Family Tonight Facebook group. I'm happy to chat with you there.